Hiya, welcome to my channel. I thought I'd come on here and do a quick video just introducing myself really. You may have seen me on TikTok or on Instagram or around on the plant fairs or buying loads of plants on Big Plant Lad. So I thought I'd just say hello and introduce myself. So my name is Amy. A lot of people in the plant community call me Bloom. And I run BloomSiren, which is a plant care business. So what I do is I sell anything plant care for your indoor plants. There is some items that will work outdoor as well, but it's primarily on your indoor plants. As you can probably see behind me, and this is just some of them, I do also collect plants. I love plants. My favourite plants at the moment are anthuriums. I do have probably, I want to say, well, I've had to get rid of some recently. I'm going to say I've probably got about 400 to 500 plants. It started with a yucca tree from IKEA and then slowly progressed as time went by. And then in the past sort of 3 years, it's kind of exploded. So yeah, my name's Amy. I love plants. What I've really come on to tell you though is about a bit about BloomSiren, why I started BloomSiren, and go from there really. And what I really want to do is work on this channel and work on my platforms and build up some followers, some people, get to know some people within the community, share best practices, and get myself out there really. So BloomSiren started officially, I want to say around December time. The idea for BloomSiren actually come originally as a creator account for TikTok. So I started buying plants on TikTok because my daughter introduced me to TikTok and buying plants. I started buying plants on my own personal TikTok. As I started to get a bit more obsessed with the house plants, I started to buy from different sellers in different places, meeting a lot of different people in a lot of different communities across TikTok. And it got to the point where I was getting messages off people and I couldn't quite keep up between my personal TikTok and my private sort of conversation, shall we say. So what I did was I decided to make a plant talk and have it so I could showcase the plants I was buying and who I was buying them from, as well as being able to have my private TikTok separate, which, to be totally honest with you, I don't even use the private one no more. It's actually named BloomSiren Backup now. But that's how the BloomSiren TikTok account started, because that's where I started with TikTok. Then, basically, I started buying more plants, buying more and more plants, and even more and more plants on top of that. And I started to post videos and have people follow me and ask me opinions on plants, and I'd be asking them on plants, because I feel like plants is a constant learning journey. You are always learning something new, no matter if you've been doing plants for a year, 2 years, 5 years or 10 years. There's constantly something different or new coming out or happening, or a new species of plants. So I really just went with the flow really and carried on buying plants, uploaded plants. As I was buying plants, I found myself in a position where when it came to buying plant care, I'd have to get my pond from one place. So I was buying Lechuza pond from Lechuza Direct. I rang around 10 garden centres in the West Midlands and not a single garden centre had Lechuza pond, and half of them didn't even know what I was on about when I was talking about Lechuza pond. They were like, what's that for? And then I'd go another place for my fertiliser, another place for my soil, another place for my pots, and I was kind of going around in circles, paying multiple postage fees, and I found it a bit tiring really, if I'm totally honest with you. The reason I collect plants is because I found it an escape from everyday life. I have 5 disabled children that have special educational needs. I don't really get to go out and about because it's quite challenging. So for me, collecting plants was something I could do at home around the kids and have a bit of an escape, a bit of a stress release. So that's why I collected plants. and still do collect plants. So for me, having to go to multiple places to get the items I wanted to look after alongside my children, I just found it a bit inaccessible. And for me, accessibility is really important. I have relatives that are disabled that can't get out and about. I've obviously got children that struggle to get out and about and into the community. So for me, I thought, hold on a minute, we've got all these people that are buying the plants, but they're having to go here, there and everywhere to get the pieces they want. And even if you go to some local garden centres, because some garden centres are good, they don't always have everything that you want for indoor plants in stock, or they don't stock a particular item. So I started to have the idea that somebody needed to sell plant care. I didn't particularly at the time think that person was me. My dream was to open a plant shop and sell plants alongside my children, because they will never be independent or in jobs. So I thought it was something I could do with my children, and I could take them there and work around them. So that was my dream. As time went by and I got closer to some plant sellers, I started moderating for one company on TikTok until they unfortunately went out of business. During that time, I got really close to Big Plant Lad and his community, the PLP. So big up the PLP, as our Paul says. And got more and more engaged into the plants and the plant buying. As everybody will tell you, I am an absolute maniac when it comes to buying plants. As time went by, my dreams sort of changed slightly. I wanted to do something, because I was in a position where I couldn't go back to the job that I was doing due to health reasons and my children. So I was a painter and decorator before BloomSiren. I had obviously some time out because I had a second set of twins, but I wanted to do something and create something. And I thought to myself, as I'm sitting in these lives and I'm watching people selling, no one's really pushing any plant care. No one's really out there on these TikTok lives I'm on about, really going in. Like, they'll sell plant care, they'd have the odd bit of plant care, but there's no focus on it. The focus was on the plant and restocks and getting the plants out there, and then the plant care was sort of an afterthought, if that makes sense. Obviously I got good friends with Paul and Joe at Pig Plant Lad, and they sell plants, and if you ever see me on one of their lives, you will see me actively pushing their plants and telling you to get into their pre-orders on their Discord. They've got their plant Discord with the amazing PLP community. So as time went on and my friendship grew, and my focus then sort of drifted, is that the right word? No, it didn't drift. My focus changed. So what I wanted to provide plant care, and for it to be accessible, but for plant care to suit the buyer. So I didn't want it to be the plant care that I recommended. So I'm somebody that doesn't really like the you must do it this way and you must do it that way sort of like dictation, shall I say. I think people have lots of different ideas, and some people have things that work for them that don't work for others. But for me, everyone's environment is different. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for someone else. I watch lots of YT videos with different people. I watch lots of TikToks with people. I talk to people within the community, and everyone's got a different favourite. I can't speak today. Everyone has a different favourite product. So what I wanted to do for BloomSiren was create an accessible plant care business where everyone could access, that it's all under one roof, gets delivered as fast as I possibly can, with the products that people that are collecting the plants actually want to buy, not what they're being told to buy. So for example, I have Nurture System, which is an absolutely fantastic range of fertilizing products, but I do also have aquaculture and houseplant focus within BloomSiren, which again are good products, because different people want different products. Your aquaculture is fully organic, it's easy to use. Your houseplant focus has been around for donkey's years, and people's granddads have used it, so they feel like safe with it. You've got Nurture System that has a whole range of numbers that you can build to how you want to use it. So that's just one example. I wanted it to be where people could get what they chose to get, what they felt comfortable with, what they were getting results from. Because like I've already said, everyone's environment is different. So what gets one person results might not get another person results. As when I started the business, I started with just Nurture System, and then I rolled on to Soil Ninja. I have the full Soil Ninja range in stock, as well as the mixes and the components, and then I slowly added more and more products. So if you've ever watched me on TikTok, you'll see gradually more and more TikTok products now, more and more plant care products getting added to BloomSiren. My whole focus is making sure that it's accessible, great service, fast delivery, and you get the products that you need and want, which are going to make your plants beautiful, basically. I've primarily been on TikTok, as I said earlier. So TikTok lives I tend to do, and, you know, in and around the community on Big Plant Lads lives, for example, in the PLP Discord. I do have my own Discord as well, which I really want to grow and focus on the plant care around your plants. And I have started to move over to like Instagram and start posting more often on Instagram, making friends with different people on Instagram. For example, like the Begonia ladies, I now stock their soil. I've been to plant fairs and met different sellers and different people. It's like I feel like I'm constantly evolving what BloomSiren is. Like I've got big plans for where I want BloomSiren to be. But for now, I'm in the position where I want to get out there more. So I want to make more content for YouTube. As you can see, I'm quite new to a YouTube video. This is the first time I've ever made content where my phone is sitting horizontal and not vertical. So if you keep seeing me looking away from the camera or looking in the wrong place, it's because it's a total minefield to me. I know it's the simplest of things, but when you're used to doing something the same way every time, it does throw you off a bit. So my whole reason for this video is just to let you know who I am a bit. I know I've waffled on a bit. You may have flicked off halfway through. If you've got to the end, that's fantastic. But this is where now I just feel like my journey is really starting to begin, because I want to get out there across the UK and get as many planty people together, sharing their planty vibes, their best tips, their plant fails, where they're getting the plants from, what's the plant they're running for. You name it, anything plant related, I want to know about it. So yeah, so hopefully you're going to see more content from me. You can follow me on this YT channel. I'll be on all the other social media platforms as well. So I hope to see you there. Thank you for listening. Sorry for the long waffle. And I hope to see you around in the community somewhere. See you later. Bye bye.